Thank you, Rajesh. Only a friend would give that generous an introduction. That was an exceedingly kind and overly generous introduction. It's a delight to give this talk because this is a subject that I've been working on for some time, and I discovered that after I give a talk on a subject, there are all manner of gaping holes in my argument, which various people have point out, and that then enables me to fill those holes and actually write it up as an article and then get it published. So I'm hoping that's exactly what will also transpire today. The talk is divided into 4 distinct segments. First, I'm going to talk briefly about the past of Indian foreign policy, since the vast majority of you do not spend most of your waking hours thinking about Indian foreign policy. Consequently, I think it's important for us to have a common background, some sense of where Indian foreign policy stood at the end of the Cold War. Then I'll talk about the causes of realignment. Third, I will talk about the consequences of realignment. What were the manifestations thereof? And finally, I will talk about the challenges ahead, because I don't think India, by any stretch of the imagination, is out of the woods. I think India is headed in the right direction in terms of its current foreign policy, but there are a number of serious pitfalls, a number of potential landmines which could stand in the way. Let me talk a bit about the past, and I will be as brief and as succinct as possible about the past in my prepared remarks, but will be happy to elaborate on them during the Q&A should anybody be so inclined. As the Cold War drew to a close, Indian foreign policy had done something quite remarkable. It had, in effect, marginalized India completely in the global order. India virtually had no friends in the global order of any consequence, unless, of course, you consider Albania, Cuba, and Vietnam to be your principal friends, and possibly the Soviet Union, and even the successor state, Russia, really was not a totally and thoroughly reliable friend. This required effort to, in effect, alienate almost the entire global order. A peculiar mixture of ideational rhetoric and fairly ruthless pursuit of certain instrumental goals had done this to Indian foreign policy. What exactly do I mean by that? On the one hand, India maintained its lofty Nehruvian